everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to discuss a few things with you guys. I'm sure some of you are aware of what's been going on in the economy lately. Things such as layoffs, the rising price of things in like the grocery stores or even anything in general. Everything is now like super duper expensive. So I just wanted to talk to you guys because I always try to find a balance. I love fashion, don't get me wrong. I've said this 1,000 times. I love fashion. I love to look good, and I believe in dress the way you want to be addressed. So I do love to look good. I do love to, shop and indulge in things that I love. But I also love to talk about serious things like finances, because it's what helps you to, be free. You're free to make decisions for yourself. It helps eliminate anxiety. For example, the layoffs that are currently happening all across the United States. I don't know if it's all across the world, but I'm just dealing with the United States right now. And the rising cost of food, the rising cost of any commodity you want to get, it really affects the bottom line in a lot of homes. And so I wanted to kind of talk to you guys one-on-one as to some of the strategies that myself and my family, we kind of implemented along the way to kind of help us cope with eliminating anxiety. So anything can happen to anyone at any time. You can have a job today and everything is going well, and the next day they call you and tell you, well, sorry, we have to let a few people go and your name is on the list or whatever. Or you could wake up the next morning and you have an illness. You go to the emergency room, they tell you, okay, it's something very serious. You would have to spend X amount of time admitted in the hospital, and you can't go to work. What are you going to do at that point? So this is what I really wanted to discuss with you guys today. Balancing your love for fashion, love for having a good time, maybe traveling and shopping and doing things that you love, but also balancing it with responsibilities that you have in your homes. So I kind of wrote down a few things that, like I said, my family and I we implement in our home, and I hope it helps one or two people out there when it comes to helping yourself eliminate anxiety and deal with the high cost of things, as well as layoffs. So the first thing I will say for layoffs is try to, first of all, if you can, try to create an emergency fund. Emergency fund is that kind of like plan B safety net, lets you sleep at night, kind of eliminates your worries, eliminates your anxiety, because you have a cushion to fall back on if anything happens. Some people like to do 3 to 6 months of their expenses. Some people like to take it further to do 6 to 9 months, and some people like to do a whole year of expenses. Whatever you're comfortable with, start with that. If it's 3 months worth of expenses, you can save up for it. And then save that money in a high yield savings account, not investment account, not your brokerage account, but a high yield savings account. Because you want the money to be liquid. You want it to be available whenever the situation happens. And sometimes with brokerage accounts, you might want to sell your stock, and then the stock is down and you have less money, and it's just a hassle. So it's better if you just save your money in a high yield savings account that gives you 4%. Like the one I'm using right now is Goldman & Sachs. That one gives me 4.5%, I think. It's okay, it's fine. I'm not doing it for me to get rich off of it. I have my investment account for stuff like that. But just for my peace of mind that I have, okay, we have a cushion. If anything happens, illness or layoffs or whatever the situation may be, you have X amount of money saved up, and it's still building interest. Though small interest, but it's building something. It's not just sitting there. So I would say build your emergency fund. Start with 3 months if you can. Move up to 6 months if you can. If you still have anxiety, you can go up to 9 months. If you think 1 year will be the best for you, fine. Every family is different. Do what works for you and your family, you and your home. The next thing I would say is build relationships. Relationships are very important. Build relationships with recruiters. Build relationships with your co-workers, because I had a co-worker that every recruiter that contacted her, she had a whole file with their names, email addresses, their phone numbers, and she would keep that, and it just kept piling up and piling up. That was really good. So whenever she needed a job, she would just like shoot her resume or CV to that folder, to all the list, the people on that list, on that folder that she has, the recruiters that she has on that list. She will send out her resume to them, tell them that she's currently in the job market, looking for a job. That kind of thing is really good to have. So build relationships with your co-workers, build relationships with your recruiters. You never know when you will need them. You can have a co-worker that left the job to somewhere else, and you contact him or her. How is it going over there? Also in the job market, do you think they're looking for someone? Just talk and see if they'll help you send your resume to their boss and call you for an interview. You just never know. So it's always good to build relationships. Another thing is debt, because when you have debt hanging over your head, try to eliminate your debt no matter what. It chokes you, because even though you have emergency fund, if you have debt and you see the bills coming every single day, reminders, phone calls, whatnot, you'll be tempted to take out of those emergency funds that you've saved to pay off those people so they can back off of you or whatever. So I would say while you still have a job, try to eliminate your credit card debt. If you can, if your car note is remaining just a little bit amount that you can eliminate, try to eliminate your car loan. That's one problem off your neck, so you can at least focus on just your mortgage, your kids, and what other expenses you may have. So eliminating your debt is very, very important. It will help your money, it will help you not to be tempted to spend out of your emergency fund, and it will reduce the anxiety and the worry that you have of people calling you, people constantly nagging you for their payments and whatnot. So I would say credit card debts, car loans, student loans, whatever you have, whatever you can do to eliminate those, try to do it. And then my trusted notebook. Let me see, what else do I have? Yeah, last but not least, I would say shop smart. When I say shop smart, every grocery store has the days that they have sale items. They have buy one get one free, or buy one get two off, or whatever they have. So my grocery store, I think it's every Tuesday or something, and I know every Sunday they release digital coupons. So whatever you can do to reduce your grocery bill, to buy excess, with if like the buy one get one free, that's a very good deal. So you get 2 for 1, on those days. Transportation too. If you live in a community where you're zoned for a particular school, and almost everybody in that street goes to that same school, you can organize with the other parents that, okay, on Mondays I can carpool everybody to the school. On Tuesdays, why don't you do it? On Wednesdays, why don't the other person do it? That way you save on transportation and gas. Anything, any little thing you can do matters. You can also call your cell phone service, tell them, I've been a very good customer for X amount of years. What can you do to help me with my bills? What can you do to reduce, or do you have any sale, any what you want to call it, any deals going on at the moment? So they will tell you, but if you don't ask, they will never tell you. Sometimes they do have deals for cell phones, for even the water bill. If your water bill's high or your electric bill's high, they will send someone to your home to check the meter and make sure it's working, it's doing well. If they can help, if they have any promos or any deals going on, they'll let you know. So whatever you can do to reduce your bills, the variable bills that are coming into the home that you have to pay every month, like water, electric, food, transportation, cell phone, try to do it. Ask. If you don't ask, you never know. So I would say those things have worked for me in the past, and they still work for me. I ask at least once a year, especially the cell phones. What kind of deals do you have going on at the moment? And sometimes it works out in my favor, so you just never know. So those are some things I wanted to talk to you guys about. I know we always like to talk about fashion and what's going on in fashion, but I also like to talk about the finances, because the finances, if your finances are good, like I said, you won't have anxiety, and it'll help you to also get the nice things that you love in fashion. So it's 2 for 1. I see it as a win-win for me. So yeah, that's everything I wanted to talk about. So like a recap, unemployment can happen to anyone at any time. If you can still make it and you have this bandwidth to do 2 jobs or multiple jobs to get multiple incomes, try to do that. Not at the detriment of your health now, because health is priority. So if you know you can, you have the bandwidth to do multiple jobs, multiple sources of income is always a thumbs up for me. Even the Bible says it, you can't just depend on one source of income. You have to have multiple ways, multiple sources of income that will help. So if this one doesn't work out, you still have the other one to fall back on. So that's another thing. So unemployment can happen to anyone at any time. So guys, please, let's try to get our finances this year in order. If you can save your emergency fund, very good. Whatever you can do. Rome wasn't built in a day. $100 at a time. Whatever you can do, just pile it up. You have to show discipline though. You can't run to the emergency fund anytime something happens. You have to be strong and what word do I use now? Disciplined. Yes, you have to make up your mind that I'm not touching that money no matter what. That is for my emergency fund. You could also automate it. If you know you're not the kind of person where you will physically put $100 away because things are always coming up to take the money from you, just automate it. It will go right. When your paycheck comes in, automate it to go to your savings automatically. And then once a month, you take that savings and put it in a high yield savings account. Preferably those high yield savings accounts that are online, not the ones that have a brick and mortar office, because it's easy for you to drive down there to the brick and mortar office and say, oh, I want to withdraw $500. But if it's online, it will take a few days to be transferred into your account. And so you could use those days to kind of like sit back and think and say, do I really need this money? Do I really need to transfer this money from my high yield savings to my regular savings account or my regular checking account? Now, let me stop this. You could send the money back, or you could stop the transfer. And it gives you a time to pause and just think and process it before you just make a rash decision and take the money out. But if you have a brick and mortar store, brick and mortar office, you can just go in there. Can I get $500? The teller's gonna give it to you, and you're out. So that will not stop you. I want you to be able to save that money and not touch it for at least 3 months of expenses or 6 months of expenses, whatever you can do. Because layoffs can happen to anybody at any time. Illnesses can happen to anybody at any time. So I hope this has been able to help you guys. I hope it helps 1 or 2 people out there. I always say this because even if it's 1 person, I'm satisfied. I could go on and on and on and talk about finances all day because it's something I'm really passionate about. So I hope this helps you guys, and you think about it. Replay this if I'm going too fast, or you missed something that I said, or if you have any comments for me or any questions at all, just put it in the comment section. And if you like this video, please share it and subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Yes. All right, thank you. That's all I have for you today. Thank you, and have a good day or night, whatever time you're watching this. Thank you.